All right, welcome back to Arc Salt Lake on this Monday morning. It is 7:15 right now. Finding a new job or a better job can be stressful, but it can be really extremely difficult for those who have a criminal record. Hustle 2.0's Fair Chance Hiring event allows for people with a record to meet, interview, and possibly land a job. We are joined right now by John Jackson of Hustle 2.0 and Noella Sudbury from Ras Legal for more about this event. Thank you to both of you for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, let me start with you, John. What is this event for those who've never heard of it? They don't know anything about it. This is their first exposure.
This is an event where people with criminal histories can come in, have the opportunity to work on their employment pitch. I think something that's really difficult for people is to be able to talk about their criminal history, to know what to say to an employer. But what we focus on is teaching our students how to talk about their criminal history, take ownership of their criminal history, and talk about who they are today to a potential employer.
How critical is this?
It's one of the most important things. I know that for myself, having a criminal history, being able to talk about who I am today and give tangible examples of how I've changed my life is critical.
Noella, how are you involved?
Yeah, so I run an organization called Ras Legal. Our mission is to help people with criminal records learn what's on their record and clear those records if they're eligible so they can access more opportunities in life.
I mean, this is something that I'm speaking generally here, right? Everyone would be, okay, if you've done something wrong, you have to take accountability, you have to pay for your crime. Most would agree, if you do that, you come back into society, so to speak, and kind of get on the right track. But if you have a criminal record, there's a lot of stigma against that. And talk about the fact that some people won't hire those with a criminal record, right?
Yeah, I've been calling people who want to come to this job fair and hearing from them, yes, I'm making it to the interview rounds, I'm making it so far in, and then I can't get the job because of my criminal history because insurance said no. Right? It's not that the employer doesn't want to hire them. They want to hire. Sometimes they want to hire them, but then you have, insurance isn't going to allow us to make that hiring decision. We just can't do it.
So it's like people aren't necessarily being even allowed to get that second chance, right, Noella?
Absolutely. A lot of people don't realize how common it is to have a criminal record. 1 in 4 Utahns, which is over 850,000 people across the state, are struggling with this. And because we hire using background checks, for a lot of people that means they just get filtered out of opportunities.
Okay, so John, let me ask you, are there certain types of companies that are more open than others to hire people with a criminal record?
In the industries, in the trades, food service, they're more open to, in my experience, more open to hiring people with criminal histories. Those who have given someone with a criminal history a chance. For example, the companies that we have coming in on Wednesday are One Solutions, Pro West, Danny Boy Builders, and Interstate Roofing. They've hired people with criminal histories. They've seen their work ethic, they've seen what they're capable of doing, and they are willing to invest heavily in hiring people with criminal histories.
I'm sure you've heard from people who perhaps go through this and the success stories. I mean, talk about some of the things you've heard from people.
So some of the things that I've heard from people are going to be one of the guys who is at the event on Wednesday. His name is Adam Tronier. He was incarcerated for 13 years. Today, he works as the National Sales Director at One Solutions. He's hired over 100 formerly incarcerated people. He leads a team of people doing sales for his organization, One Solutions. And this year, I think he'll do over $1 million in revenue for his company.
Noella, do you hear some of these success stories too? What do you hear from people?
Absolutely. Our team is on the phone with people with criminal records every day looking for opportunities. And if we can partner with employers, if we can help them clear their criminal records, we're seeing that within 1 year of record clearance, people are making 20% more. People are able to get a job. People are able to go from job to career. So there are many, many people looking for second chances, and we're really excited to partner with Hustle 2.0 on this event because you might not be eligible to clear your record right now, but there might be an employment opportunity, there might be an educational opportunity, there might be something that you can do now to make it more likely that you can clear up your record in the future.
John, for those interested in this, still time to go. You can show up, basically.
Still time to go. There's about an 8-minute training that we're going to ask you to complete that's going to help you prepare for your interview. We're going to do interview prep and interview training on the spot. We have a sales pitch competition where the person can walk away with $1,000 cash prize for going through a sales course and giving a sales pitch. So yeah, still time to sign up.
What will people expect if they come to this event, if they're not sure of what's going to be there?
If you don't know what to expect,
yeah,
expect
exactly.
to have a lot of fun, expect to be engaged, expect to sit across from a hiring manager, expect to sit across from a project manager from One Solutions and do real feedback. That's what to expect.
Give us an idea of, this can be intimidating, I'm sure, for people, right, Noella? Maybe obviously they want some help, they want to get some assistance in landing a job, but they're intimidated. Maybe they've been turned down so many times.
Yeah, it can be really discouraging if you're in this situation. I think what's different about this event is it's really interactive and it's designed for people with criminal records. So there's going to be volunteer coaches, there's going to be really great energy. Instead of going table to table like a typical job fair, you're going to be working on telling your story, creating your LinkedIn profile. There is an incredible team of volunteers there to support people with criminal records and let them leave with measurable skills, with improving their resume, improving how they're talking and showing up for themselves at this event.
What are some good strategies for people outside of this event, John, if they're watching this and they're in this situation? Obviously, this is a great event, but what are some good overall strategies when there isn't an event to go to?
I love that. That's a great question. So, number one, having a targeted job approach, right? Being able to not spray and pray, not do 500, not apply for 500 jobs just because they're open, but getting very specific about what your skill set is, what you love, what fires you up, and then applying for jobs that are in line with that. The second thing I would encourage people to do from a strategy standpoint is to start networking, start going to networking events. Go meet people you don't know, get out of your comfort zone because what's been comfortable for you is not working.
Mm-hmm. Noella, do you find that maybe when it comes to certain companies, how do you get companies to sort of come on board and be more open, I guess, to making this happen for those with a criminal record?
It can be a challenge, but what I always say to employers is just hire one person. See what your experience is. This is such a common problem, but these people have so much potential, and I think the research shows that actually giving somebody a chance with a criminal record is a lot safer sometimes than people you would just hire every day, because a lot of these people have done the hard work on themselves, have remained crime-free for a set period of time, and the last thing they want to do is commit another crime. They're really investing in themselves, and research shows that they're some of the most reliable, loyal workers with longer retention rates.
When you have to disclose that you have a criminal record, there's a lot of nuance there that you probably don't get to immediately reveal to a person. What does it mean to have a criminal record? I know that's a really wide-ranging question, but can you try to answer that to maybe alleviate some hesitation on the part of a company?
I'll kick that one to Noella because she deals with a lot more of the wide spectrum of criminal records.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so as I mentioned, background checks are a really common way that we hire, and often just checking that box means that you might not even be able to explain. And then once you get to that interview, sometimes it means an uncomfortable conversation. That's why events like this are so important, because it kind of teaches you to take ownership over those decisions, to show up in a positive light in a way that you've shown that you've been held accountable, you've done a lot of work on yourself, and here's why you deserve this opportunity. A lot of people don't even get to the interview stage, and so being able to bring both employers and job seekers together for them to see that sometimes having a criminal record isn't what you think. You have an image come into your mind. People at this event are going to be professional, are going to be polished, are going to be able to show up in a way that often they're not given a chance to do outside of this context.
John, you said that you have a criminal record. Do you get people coming up to you saying, hey, give me advice, you've been through this. What do you say to them? How do you share your story with them?
So the way that I share my story is by developing curriculum and developing programs using the methodology and the formula that's been successful for me, that's been successful for the more than 30,000 people that we have been able to serve. That is the way that when somebody asks me to share my stories, like, look, we have programs and we have curriculum at Hustle 2.0 that can help set you up for success and how to talk about your criminal history, how to find a job, and help you to create the future that you want.
Okay, John Jackson and Noella Sudbury. It's August 5th, right?
Yes,
From
10 a.m.
10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Not 10:15, 10 a.m., 10 a.m. sharp.
Okay. Where do people go for more information?
They can go to Ras's website, and there's a link to sign up and register.
Ras's website, what is that website?
rasa-legal.com. There should be a banner at the top. It's a free event. Just sign up and do the course,
Yes.
and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Okay, awesome. Thank you to both of you for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.